Big 12 Media Days wrapped up Wednesday, and Deion Sanders, of course, stole the show, calling out Texas Tech's head coach Joey McGuire. Joey's got some money, spending that money. Texas Tech has not been shy about that either, bringing in a billionaire to help fund their NIL collective. We have a great article up on CBSSports.com highlighting just how much money Texas Tech is shelling out. The Red Raiders have spent approximately $10 million on their transfer portal class, leading to Coach Prime listing out changes he wants to see in college football, headlined by a salary cap.
What I would change in college football, it has to be, and they're trying to implement it. It's got to be a salary cap on this stuff because this stuff is going crazy and nobody know where it's going to land, where it's going to end, and you have so many different doors. It's like I would see a player that said he got an offer from another school, and I'm trying to figure out why you guys haven't investigated and how is that possible when the guy's not in the portal? How's that? Now, if that was one of my players, you guys would be all over it. I'm trying to figure out how can somebody say, you got a $5 million offer? How? And the kid is not in the portal. So I think we need to be upright and upstanding. Secondly, I like the professional rules to be implemented in college. They're getting ready to be pros. So let's go 2 feet in, on the catches. Let's mark the foul if we pass interference. Let's do the same thing the pro game is. Let's do it to college. And let's do something about the uniforms. We got guys out there in backer shorts. That makes me sick because I'm a football guy. Like I played this game at a high level, and I have so much respect for this game. And how can we allow guys out there in backer shorts? No knee pads, no nothing, literally pants up under their thighs, and that's cool.
Let's welcome in Danny Kanell to take a look at 3 of these changes. We're going to call them Deion's demands, okay? Demand number 1, a salary cap. Should the NIL era mandate one? What's your thoughts?
Jenny, what's interesting about this is there kind of is now, right? Everyone's heard about that $20.5 million revenue share plan that's supposed to be enacted right now, even though it's a very soft cap and we have no idea which direction it's going to go. I think a lot of coaches would love to see it implemented. I would too. I want to see parity across college football, but the only way that's going to happen is if there's collective bargaining, if the players are employees, and you get a true structure in place. We have this pseudo structure here that we just implemented with the College Sports Commission, and now they're going to start reviewing NIL deals. It's been the Wild West. I think it's a step in the right direction, but Deion's not wrong. There still are schools that are spending way more than others, and until we truly change that, the list of schools that can actually win the national championship and make deep runs in the playoffs are going to be the ones that spend the most money. So I'd be all for it. I think a lot of coaches would, but it would come at a great cost that I think the school presidents and athletic directors would push severely back against.
Yeah, there needs to be a little bit of an evening of the playing field at some point. Coach Prime also saying he wants NFL rules introduced in college, including 2 feet in bounds for all catches. Do you agree with that one?
I do. I've always wondered, like, it's the same sport, and it's not like we're playing peewee football, right, where it's asking, players to do something that they can't. We see it all the time. I'd love to see that one implemented. I'd like to see every rules, the clock, everything. Keep it the same. The play clock, the amount of time, the 2-minute drill, the way it's always worked, and now it's getting closer with some of the rules that they implemented last year in college football, but it is the same sport. There's only one change that I would ask, and that would actually be that the NFL implements college football's overtime rules, because I don't like the NFL overtime rules. I wouldn't want to see those in college. I think it's very unique that both teams get a chance and they both get to kick off, a chance from the 25-yard line. I think those could be tweaked as well, move it back maybe to the 40 and give both teams an opportunity. So I'd like a little bit of a combo of both. But overall, yeah, it's the same sport. Let's make it easier for those players to transition, and they can handle the NFL rules, especially with the 2 feet in bounds.
I completely agree with that. I love the NFL changing their rule back to the way the college is doing it now. I think it's only fair. Lastly, Dion is demanding changes to the uniforms, okay? He felt like very disrespected by it. You could tell in his statement. I want to keep this broad, though. So he brought up how the respect for the game is declining. We've seen players fake injuries to get extra timeouts. We've seen players transfer 3 or more times, others famously throwing a shoe, which resulted in a game-altering penalty. Do you think respect for the game has been lost?
Yes, absolutely. I hate it. And you're not only seeing it in football, you see it across all sports, right? I mean, you see baseball, bat flips, celebrating down the first baseline. I'm old school, and I think we've seen that in football as well with there's such little attention paid to the school that you play for. You're basically hired guns to come in for 1 year, maybe 2 if you're lucky, and just kind of try to contribute to a championship team, or in most circumstances, it's just to make a quick buck. There's no pride for the school, and the people that I feel like I'm standing up and defending are the college football fans, because they're the biggest losers. They're the ones that are emotionally attached and are passionate about the experience of college football, and I don't think that has to change because the players are paid, but I do think there's a mindset there that has crept in where players are hopping around from school to school. I'd love to see more tradition implemented and ultimately have players go to places that they want to play for pride and love of the program. Maybe that's an idyllic thought and it's something that can't be brought back, but I'd love to see some more players playing just because they love the school they're paying for, not just because that school is paying them the most money.
I was talking to Saquon Barkley about that a few weeks ago. He couldn't agree more, saying that there's so much pride that comes with playing for your university, and that has just changed with the transfer portal. So we heard some of Dion's demands. I'm going to put you on the spot here. Give me one of Danny's demands. What's one thing that you would like to see changed in college football?
Oh, I would blow up the college football playoff as we know it. There's all this conversation about, are we going to 5+11, this whole model? And the Big 12 has been very outspoken this week saying, oh, we want to go to 5+11 because we want to earn it on the field. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Jenny, but going to 5+11 would be 11 invites that a committee would choose who gets to go. So they're still using this beauty contest aspect of it. Who do we think are the next best 11 teams? I would blow the whole thing up. And I actually, as somebody who's always been pro expansion of the playoffs, let's make more teams, I would fight back against the 16-team model and say, what's wrong with 12? We just saw an unbelievable regular season. We saw unbelievable conference games. And if you go to 16, especially the 5+11 model, you completely destroy the meaningfulness of the regular season. And the conference championship games are an afterthought because it doesn't matter at all if you win or lose in those games. So they'll be an afterthought. It won't even matter. So I would completely blow up the postseason format. I'd have it more where it's true playoff games, where the conference championship games, it starts that weekend. I just would completely destroy the college football playoff format that we know and go to something that truly is determined on the field, which is eliminating any committees, any computers, and having it actually played on the field.
What I will say is I feel like they are willing to work with the system that it is now and hopefully improve it. So that's the hope. Every year, try to make it a little bit better. Danny Kanell with the latest.